This is the Whatever You Say podcast.
I'm trying to tell y'all, don't worry about what people say about you. They're going to try to belittle you. They're going to try to cellulize your name. They're going to try to sabotage you. They're going to just try to do anything they're trying to do to destroy you. Destroy you.
Whatever you say, whatever you say, whatever you say, whatever you say.
And we are back at it like a jackrabbit, Whatever You Say podcast. I'm your man, Ivory Town. Brought to you by Cibo Alto, by the way. Check them out on IG, cibo.alto, cibo.alto. Some higher level cuisines. And listen, today, we I guess we'll call this a real life recap. How about that? Soup, what's the deal, man? We back for another go round?
We back because I ain't gonna say we back. I ain't went nowhere. Shit.
My man ain't went nowhere. Listen, you got the first go round we did, the first session we did, got a lot of listens, should I say, a lot of downloads.
That was just a warm up.
And that was just a kind of what you've been up to, Soup. You know what I mean?
Right.
Since you've been off the radio waves for a minute now, and folks were asking, "Where's Soup? What's up with him?" And I think that's what the first one was for. But I can't lie, you said some interesting things.
My life has been interesting.
And you said some things that had me scratching my head. And some folks I've talked to, they like, "Wow, what was he talking about?" He brought up some things that, you know, homicidal, suicidal, paranoia. And then here just recently, you talked to me about going to the Red Rock Behavioral Center and how you talked to some folks up there. What's really going on, man?
Had to go get a mental evaluation.
You had to get a mental evaluation on yourself?
Yes.
And why'd you feel the need to do that?
It was necessary because being a black male in America, going through something, and you can't tell somebody that you're going through something because people will judge you or put things on your life that don't make sense. Really just trying not to understand what you're going through, really just not caring, you know. And I had to go get a mental evaluation because I was going through something for a whole year and a half that people said wasn't happening, but I'm 100% positive it was happening.
Okay, well, let's go back. Let's start right here. What is it specifically? What's the something that you were going through? Okay,
first I'm gonna hit him with this right here. Okay, at first I thought it was just normal life, and I just happened to be at either the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the wrong time.
And when did this start?
Year and a half ago. I'm gonna say it happened. I'm gonna say 2020.
Okay, now listen, 2020, that was a tough time for a lot of people, man.
People ain't got no jobs, you know.
Mentally, people were going through it.
It was after the big reset, I would say.
Now, do you feel like you fit in that group of people who were mentally going through it because of isolation, because maybe they lost their job, because maybe they lost some family members, or did yours spawn from a different source?
I'm gonna say we all was going through it because it's been coerced, and you know, COVID-19 was something out of the movies.
Yeah,
that was something straight out of a science fiction movie, man. You know, like I said, it's things that happen every day in America that we don't know about because it's not in our face, because they got us worrying about entertainment news. So when something serious happens, first thing you say in your mind is that didn't just happen, because your mind can't even process it because the things that we're programmed to pay attention to.
Now you said COVID-19 was coerced. Explain that. Why do you think it was coerced?
Because, you know, when there's
You saying the
Somebody made that.
You saying the government kind of influenced
I ain't gonna say
us,
the good. I ain't
tricked
say. Hey,
us?
you said that. I ain't said somebody did it though. I don't know who.
Okay.
But you know, when it's a patent for a virus, come on, man. Patent is for what?
That was a weird thing.
What is the patent? The patent is for. The way I'm gonna speak on this, I'm gonna make you use your own brain to think, because that's how simple it is. It's like if you have a patent for something, everything has a patent. That means it was designed, it was made, it was invented. You know, somebody.
And this is mine. It's my invention. My
Right,
creation.
that's yours.
My
Can't nobody
creation.
else make that. You know, so when it's a patent for a virus, come on, man.
It
You
sounds
put it
weird.
together.
When that news came out that Bill Gates and all these big super billionaires had a patent on something, it was like, well, a virus or the vaccine, or, you know, well, how'd you know? How'd you get that? You know, what? It was weird. It was weird.
COVID-19 reminded me of Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. What was that? Is that
Wesley
Snipes and Sylvester Stallone?
Right. All the poor people were staying up under the city eating rat burgers while,
Yeah.
you know, the elites or
We're above ground.
you know, all the people that they felt fit into the new world was above ground living their best life.
But let's go back to you, man.
So-
What specifically were you going through that had you running up to Red Rock?
Okay, bet. I'm gonna do it like this right here. So, COVID-19 over with. It's 2020. I done got fired from a couple more jobs. So somebody gave me hooked me up with a security job.
Okay.
I'm doing top flight security of the world. I'm day.
Okay.
And you know, making $1,000 a week. You know, I'm loving it.
That's good money.
Great money. I wasn't making that on the radio. I'm just
Right.
keeping it 100.
Right.
And even before I was doing security, I was trying to prostitute myself, and I don't even see. Shout out to the prostitutes, because it take a lot to make $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all here getting
Super slanging that thing.
I tried to, you know, I was a whole prostitute for a whole hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that story on part 3. But so I'm doing security, and the homie was like, man, if I wasn't with you around the time some of these things happened, I wouldn't believe the story that you telling. But because I witnessed it, it's crazy that something has always happened around you that's weird, that you need to start recording. And then I thought about it and was like, man, you are absolutely right.
Give me an example of these crazy occurrences that happened with you.
Okay, so which one do I feel is suitable?
They listening, so
It ain't they. It's like okay. Look, you know what? This the first one right here. So I'm chilling parked in the apartments.
all right.
I ain't gonna say the location, but I'm parked in some apartments, parked in the back. And I noticed a truck pull up, and it's 2 white males and a black dude. Black dude looked like he probably 17. 2 white dudes look like they over 18, maybe, you know, in between 18, 25. So they get out the truck and they go towards an apartment where this little I'm gonna say LGBT young man stays at. And he's
Okay.
under the age of 15, I'm gonna say. 15, he could be anywhere from 13 to 15.
Okay.
So instead of them going to the door, they went to the window. And I know it was 2 little girls out from there too, because they had just went out from the house. So I'm just like, hey man, y'all need to get away from that window, because y'all need to be by that window. I'm thinking about my daughter, like, you know, if she was over somebody's house,
Okay.
you know, and something's going on, I would want somebody to, if somebody was outside, peep, to say something. So I'm just like, you know, hey, no, hey, leave that alone. I don't know, man, there's some girls up in there. Hey man, it's 2 little girls in there and a dude, little young man that dressed like a girl, and
Okay.
y'all just need to leave that alone. Trust, take my word. I mean, you know what you're talking about, man. They go through the window. So before the last one went, I said, look, man, if it was okay for y'all to be over there, you wouldn't be going through the window. You'd be going through the front door.
All right.
But do what you're gonna do. So I'm leaving. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. But as I'm leaving, I'm like, man, what if that was my daughter up in there? Somebody just said, fuck it. And then I watch on the news the next morning that something happened. I could have stopped that.
So you being a good Samaritan right now.
I'm a father.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I see the security officer. I'm like, hey, man, you might want to get to the back of the apartments because some shit probably finna go down or you're going to be on the news in the morning. I told him exactly where to go. And so I'm going on my way. But some said, man, I ain't going to say some said, the Lord said, hey, man, pull back up. I pull back up. Security guard standing back there like, he didn't understand my directions. I'm like, hey, man, he said, I don't see nobody. As he telling me he don't see nobody, they crawling out the window, running around the building with it. I said, I'm just like, man, there they go right there. So he catch all three dudes, knock on the doors, tell the parents.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
Parents really ain't say nothing. They was looking like.
So that house had parents in it with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just like, the parents looking at me like, you know, like they knew what was going on. It was like, like they didn't understand why the security was knocking on the door. It was like, it looked like it was a whole, like this is what they've been doing. So I'm just like, I'm confused. So the security guard get the three males, line them up on the fence, take their pictures and say, if I catch you around here again, you going to jail.
Okay.
So I'm just like, okay, I'm like, they should be going to jail already. They just crawled through a window. There's all minors up in there other than the adults. And tell me what they already did before you came. I'm just like, okay, weird. So that happened. Then the next incident happened. I'm at work doing security, $1,000 a week. I've been practicing for this day for the whole first 30 days. I was so excited to do security. I worked 30 days straight, no days off.
Top flight security.
Top flight security
I'm
of
locked
the
in.
world. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you use the picture for the thumbnail for this one. I got the picture. Yeah, I never believe it, but I believe it is real. So the first 30 days, I worked 30 days overnight, no day off. You know, I'm doing my security job. So I get a call. They say, sir, we got 2 male suspects just cut a hole in the fence. Proceed with caution. The police are on their way. I'm thinking in my head, who is y'all?
Okay.
I'm like, man, what the fuck? They said, oh, we're the people that's over the thermal infrared cameras company. I'm just like, this infrared camera, so y'all been watching me too? I'm like, man, this is weird. I said, all right, cool, I'm doing my thing. I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous as a motherfucker. Nervous. I done dropped my gun 3 times, picked it up, clip fell out. I'm tripping over stuff. I'm trying to call my boss to see what's going on. Like, hey man, they say, 2 people just came in, but he ain't answering the phone. I'm like, damn, this dude he called me every night to make sure I ain't sleep, but tonight he ain't answering the phone.
Right.
We got action. Come on, bruh. So I was like, damn. So I'm walking through the woods, acting like I'm ready, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of motherfucker.
Scared shitless.
You know, I lived in the hood. Like I said, I lived in the hood. Don't mean I was a product of the environment. I wasn't ready to shoot nobody, even though they was paying me a G a week. So I'm walking through the woods, scared to shoot somebody. I'm walking, talking out loud. This is me out there in the darkness, gun pointed at whoever. Like, I don't know who y'all came to rob, but if you came to rob me, it ain't going down tonight. You might as well just come on out before I blow your head. I'm hoping I can scare them with
Talk
words.
them out, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna just talk them out the woods. Ain't nobody coming out. So I'm just like, damn. Police come, and I'm super excited to see them. Because I'm like, okay, now the people that get paid more than $1,000 a week to do this can go ahead and come do this. Because I don't even think I was doing security legally.
I don't know if cops get paid $1,000 a week. I don't know.
Hey, man.
Well,
They get a nice car and everything. I'm in a Chevy Impala. I was in a 2019 Chevy Impala with some LED lights from Walmart in the damn windshield. You know, so like I said, police pull up. They're like, you see anybody? I said, man, I don't see nobody. My flashlight ain't that bright. I don't know whether I should hold the shotgun, the pistol grip, or I don't know what's going on. I ain't found nobody yet, man. So we walking through. They, 5 minutes later, like, man, I think they got away. I'm like, nah, bruh. We on the field. I'm like, they couldn't have got away, and if they did, we should see a trail of dust going in their direction because we're not out there but fields.
Dirt roads.
dirt roads, fields, and I don't mean like, it's fields of just grass, not like a bunch of trees, and it's just like grass, wheat fields and shit like that. So I'm like, it don't matter which direction they ran and how long they been running, we should still see their ass. So I'm not taking them no L, because I'm like, they paying me a G a week, and if they get away, then show them my job. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm earning this.
I'm earning this motherfucking check, and I wanted to test out my brand new LED lights in the windshield. Right. So I'm riding up and down the street, pulling people over, telling them to pop the trunk. I ain't even no officer or nothing. I'm just like, they somewhere in somebody's trunk or something. Somebody helping these niggas. So I pull back up, say, man, I ain't find nobody, man. I'm just like, man, well, if it was two of them and they got away, I said, well, man, it's a tarped area over there. They said, when I got the job, they said it's a Mexican over there. He got a shotgun. He don't speak English, and he shoot first, ask questions later. So they told me not to even go on that side of the farm, because I will get shot.
You just separated by like a fence or something, you think?
Yeah, so it's like they had, weed growing over here and weed growing over here, but the weed growing in the tarped off area was the shit.
Okay.
So they didn't want nobody over there contaminating or nothing. So
okay.
I'm just like, well, man, if it's a Mexican over there with a shotgun and they got in that area, I ain't heard no shot yet. Yeah, I might want to see if the SA killed. They probably killed him, or I don't know, but since y'all get paid the big bucks and y'all got the real badge, go over there and check it out. Mm-hmm. As they walking off, one of the dudes jumped up
Whatever you say.
From the dirt, like a few meters, where they was standing at. And how I know, because as they walk,
he laying in the grass that thick.
The grass is, probably up to my chest.
So he laid down flat on the ground.
He laid down flat on the grass, right where they was at, and I'm just like, I'm not understanding. Like I said, when they walked off to go see about the tarped area, I walked backwards into the tree line.
Okay.
I'm like, something ain't right here. I'm just going with my gut instinct.
So he jumps up, then what?
Freeze!
All right.
I'm feeling freeze because I don't want to shoot, because I'm scared, because I don't even think, at the moment, I'm thinking in my head, I don't even think I'm legally doing security.
No, you're not even supposed to be here.
So it's like, I think if I shoot, nuh-uh. I'm just like, freeze! So he hit the ground. I go over there, kick him all in his ass and shit. Uh-huh. Police come, handcuff him and shit. And I'm like, so where's your partner at? Oh, we heard you walking through the woods talking shit. I ran. I said, damn, you left your homie on stuck. You's a bitch ass nigga. So I kicked him a couple more times and shit. Then they come out with the other guy. And after that, every night at work, there would be people parked in the distance watching me all night. I'm like, I'm watching the farm, and I got people in the distance watching me. And I'm just like, this don't make no sense, because everybody in the town been talking about me, saying, talking about the black ninja that work on the farm that nobody's seen his face.
The ninja.
Yeah, I had a reputation. You
had your Pooh Shiesty mask on.
I had because this is around, right after COVID-19, so everybody got a mask
right.
on. So you didn't see nothing but my eyelids. That's all they could see. They knew I was a black male, and that was it.
Well, so I mean, listen, if I own a weed farm and somebody tried to cut through the fence to get in there and steal my shit, yeah, I might have some extra security up there, casing the spot all night.
Why, when you got me, you pay me a G a week. Ain't nobody finna get up in there.
Maybe it's the infrared company that you were talking about.
I don't know what it was, but
and then, like you say, maybe you're not all the way fully legalized to do this. Maybe I need a real certified security team out there.
Then why am I hired in the first place? That's what I started thinking. It's like
you're hired to man the actual fields. You're out here actually in the traffic. In the field.
But I'm keeping it 100 though. So it's like this. I'm like, because this me and you talking. Uh-huh. They just listening. So check this out. So I'm on the field doing my job, and I'm good at doing my job. So they would think I was in the car just doing regular security, not knowing I'm walking around like a ninja,
okay,
or shadow. And so I'm watching people, that's on the property with binoculars looking at me, not knowing I'm watching them. And I'm just like, it had me thinking, like, what's really going on? So
maybe they thought you sent the two dudes to cut the hole in the fence.
Wow, I'm getting a G a week. Maybe that's good money.
I mean, but hey, more
I'm getting dope boy money doing fake security. I thought I was legit at the time. So I had the security shirt and everything and shit. But it's like, I'm getting a G a week. Forget the week, because when I caught the dude, they gave me a nice little I said, man, so what was the whole point of them breaking our fence? It's just some weed. It's like, but I ain't understand it.
It's Oklahoma, man. It's a Wild West down here with weed.
Hey, man, that was some of the
You know that?
best shit. Oh, my God. But still, okay, let's get off that. But every night, it's making me nervous that these people is watching me from a distance and these, mobbed out windows. And it's like, damn,
I get it.
like I said, I lived in the hood. Not saying I was from the hood. I lived in the hood. So when you see people watch you from a distance, that make you a little paranoid. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
It's like, damn, so is these the people's that broke in, they mad they got caught, so now they sent their peoples, I'm like, yeah. So people will be driving down the street, saying shit out the window while I'm on, trying to get me to leave the farm to go chase their ass so maybe somebody can break in. So
Maybe.
it just started getting weird after that. So
that's when it kind of started for you.
yeah, the drones would be flying in the air, hovering over the farm, watching me. Like I said, the people in the cars parked at a distance. And so that's what made me start being alert.
And for you to still have that mindset to this day, you feel like it has continued since you left the farm.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I got to be I said, man, I got to be I don't work on the farm anymore. So I was like, what is the people? I'm seeing some of these same cars. It's like, because, while I was working on the farm, I would write down tag numbers, description of cars, making models, all type of shit. It's like, because they broke in. I'm like, I'm security guard. So I'm like, if this was a illegal operation, and these were some drug dealers before legal weed, and only thing is stopping somebody from getting the plugs shipment was me. So I'm just like, shit, it made me a little paranoid or whatever. So speed up a little bit. Not after working there, it was like I just started noticing the car activity where it's like, man, I'm seeing a lot of the same cars. I said, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just tripping. That's my paranoia kicking in or whatever and shit. But then it's just like, no, these is, the damn snowstorm happened. I'm just like, damn, I'm seeing people on bikes and it's a whole blizzard and ice storm. It's like, you can't ride a bike in the snow and ice, but niggas was on bikes. I got pictures of it. I got niggas on bikes, skateboards. So I would sit.
Go ahead.
I would sit in my car and see this in disbelief, like, man, I'm just got to be paranoid. They ain't fucking with me. So I would sit off in my car and just watch. And I would see the same cars for, an hour or two. It's like, damn. So then sometimes I would sit off in my car and act like I'd either I'm playing dead. I'm just sitting there like I'm asleep, playing dead or whatever. So I'm trying to get you to come to the car and see so I can, because every time I would try to get close to them, they would leave the scene. So I want them to get close to me. So
and this is why you're still at the, you talking about why you're still at the farm.
No, the farm was over with.
This is after the farm. You pull over just randomly because you feel like somebody's following you.
Right.
You pull over.
I didn't feel like it. I knew it because I'm just like,
somebody's following you, and then you pull over, play sleep, play dead.
Yeah, because every time I tell somebody that I'm with that, man, you notice these same cars or whatever and shit, the first thing they do is tell me that I'm tripping and that I don't see it when they in the car with me and I'm pointing it out to them for you to see it.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm not telling you a story that you can't witness yourself. I'm just like, nah, man, look. And they like, telling me I'm tripping. So that made me start tripping. I'm just like, am I really going through this or am I hallucinating and seeing something that I can really see?
Now tell me, what did you tell the people at Red Rock? And you just recently went up there.
I just recently went up there because
a week ago.
I recently just went up there because when you go from the beginning stages of it, not knowing what's going on, and it took for one of the homegirls. I gave a ride to the west side one time, and the next day she was like, "Man, I didn't want to say it that day, but man, you notice them cars followed us the whole way from the mid-dub all the way to the west side." And I said, "Man, I thought it was the chronic we was smoking." I said, "But I ain't want to say nothing to you, but you seen what I seen that we didn't want to say to each other." You go from that to this month. I'm a journalist, a ghetto journalist at heart. I know how to find information. I love talking. And I just can't understand, I want to understand why me? Like, why would somebody want to follow me this whole time? And for what? So yeah, I had to go to get a mental evaluation because for my own legal reasons. Because
what, just in case you...
I ain't no just, man, don't use those type of words, just in case. Just in case what? Man, I done called the police. Man, I done called 911. I done pulled up at the police department and said, man, I'm being followed. You know what they say?
What?
Who you being followed by? And it's like, when they come to talk to me, they already smiling, got a smirk on their face, like they already know what I'm there for. But, they got to persuade me into another direction. So the first thing they say is, well, how you know they don't stay in the neighborhood? Well, how you know they're not on their way to work when you on the way to work?
I feel like these are viable questions, though, Sue.
And they was. So I asked those same questions. So I left, politely, like, you know what? You might be right. They would always say, just go get some sleep, it'll all be over with. Go get your 8 hours of sleep, it'll all be over with. That shit started scaring me. It was like, damn, so am I going to go to sleep for 8 hours and not wake up?
Why would you think that, Sue?
Because I remember on my birthday, 2020. Yeah, 2020, my birthday, I'm sitting in front of the crib, and I'm looking in between two houses. It's a school right there. It's a car parked over there. I'm like, damn, man, it looked like somebody off in the car or whatever shit. I'm like, but, I've been a youngster before. I done pulled up at places at night, try to get some booty or something or whatever. I'm like, but I wouldn't pull up at a school. So I said, I pull up over there. I look, they ducking down all in the car. I'm just like, man. I said, well, maybe I'm tripping.
I pulled up in random places, and a school was always a possibility.
Right, so,
There's no one at school tonight, man.
I made it normal. I said, oh, that's normal. So I left. But then the next day, I'll get followed all the way from the mid-dub all the way to the east side to a gas station. And I got followed by some essays, in a Cadillac. And crazy thing about it is, at that point, I needed some answers because I'm just like, I noticed this. Like, I noticed that this car wasn't a factory color. That was a aftermarket color. It was like a candy orange or something or whatever. And
so folks are following you, and you haven't tried to get out and retaliate or run up on them. What are you following me for?
Nah, then I'll be on the news.
Because that's what you say for your own well-being. That's why you want to go.
Just think about it. This is a different world we live in. It's like you can't just be walking up on somebody's car. Like we in Oklahoma. It's like these is gun-toting patriots.
Yeah.
You walk up on the right car. I ain't gonna say the wrong car. You walk up on the right car saying that shit, you'll be on the fucking news, and they'll be saying your name but not their name because they was in fear of their life.
No, that's good. You're smart enough to know that. But you somehow these. So why are these people, cars, whatever, following you? What do you have some type of information?
Okay, so
do you do something that
with the essays? Like I said, I pulled up at the store. They sitting out in the parking lot, and I go out from the store, see one of the homies, and I seen them, and they gave me the curve. I said, you know what? I'm going to get some answers. I go outside. They speed off real quick. I follow them all the way from the east side all the way to the south side. I called the police like, when the people was following me, I'm on one of their asses right now. They was like, well, don't follow me. Just pull over and give me. I gave them the fucking description, and but I kept following them. They got me going down the dead end. They pulled up at the house. There's 2 trucks in the driveway with people out in them waiting. I ain't know until I pull up. So I pull up, then they hop out and people hop out the truck. Now they chasing me.
Okay.
So. Police pull up. I tell them what happened or whatever. Nobody ever hit me back on that. And then
police pull up where? Where'd you take off to?
I had to go to a safe place. I had to first get away from them because
you shook them after a while.
It was 8 Mexicans.
Okay.
In big trucks and Cadillacs. I was like, no, I don't even go to the south side unless I'm going to, give me some, Mexican eateries or something. But so that night I get followed by three white guys in a Malibu. I get to, to the mid-dub. They pull up on the side of me, and they roll down the window. Was like, "What's up?" Like basically, like, yeah,
okay,
yeah, we following you. What's up? What you gonna do? Then they hightailed it, cut right in front of me, busted a right. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I chased him all the way down the street. I hit him, I'm going to say 2 blocks. We get to the second block. It's a police car at the light. He's in the turning lane to go left. We in the right lane where we can either go straight or go right.
Mm-hmm.
The white dude's in front of me, so they run the red light. They run the red light, bust a right, gone. As I get to the red light, I'm stopping. As my front bumper get midway through his car, he turned on his lights and hop behind me and pull me over. So now I'm just baffled because I'm just like, I mean, them motherfuckers is following me.
Whatever you say.
And I'm glad you pulled me over so you can go get them because that's what y'all told me to do. He said, license registration. He said, do you know your tag is faded? I said, motherfucker, you know damn well you didn't see my tag from the front. You was in front of me, I'm behind you, approaching you.
Right.
How you see my tag from the front and then pull me over for it? I said, man, I told you I'm being followed, and that's why I ain't changing my tag, because that's how they find out the information. So he said, man, I don't want to hear all that. He said, license registration. So he come back to the car and he's like, you know, you got a long, lengthy history in our town. I said, man, that was probably all before 18 or whatever and shit. And what the fuck that got to do with a faded tag? Man, I ain't did shit. So he gave me a ticket. I went on my way. And then that's when I was just like, man, that don't make sense. I get followed and then I try to approach these people 2 days straight. Police situation, that made me start thinking. I'm just like, something is going on, but I don't understand what it is.
That's a weird story. That's a weird story. Let me say this though. So you knew that your tag was kind of faded or whatever the issue was with your tag?
Yeah, I'm in a you knew that? I'm in a brand new car.
And you say that you wanted to leave it faded, so couldn't nobody read your tag?
I mean, I'm being followed. I didn't want my information. It's like, you know, if the police ain't helping me, and I feel like my life is in threat, I'm trying to give them less information as possible.
So now you know how that sounds to the average person, right?
No. How does this sound? I'm telling you, my life is in danger.
Lazy cop. I get you. Lazy cop.
I'm telling you, my life is in danger.
Shitty
and
cop.
These people are following me, which is a form of stalking and harassment. I have civil rights as a human being. But you rather pull me over, write me a ticket for a black man riding with a faded tag.
That's weird. That's the life of a black man on a random day in Oklahoma, anywhere in America.
No, man.
I mean, there's a lot of black males can tell those same stories. So
right, but see, and that's my whole point. Where it's like, what is going on? Where we only hearing black males telling these weird ass stories where it's like...
Well, listen, that's the history of America.
That is, and that's what made me even more interested. Where I'm like, okay, it's weird, interesting at the same time, kind of spooky and scary.
Let me say this. You said something. You brought up a word, stalking. And then you brought up interesting, spooky, scary. And that brings me back to a term that you brought up to me the other day. That I'll tell the truth, I haven't heard this term together. Gang stalking. I've heard of those two words. I've never heard those words used together.
Imagine my first time hearing it.
And
not only that,
it falls right in with your conspiracy way of thinking right now.
Okay, not only that, first time hearing
no disrespect either by calling that conspiracy.
Oh, you good. That's my life. You know what I'm saying? So,
but talk to me about gang stalking.
Okay, so while I'm going through this, you know, I'm telling the homegirl that told me that, you know, we both agreed that we seen the same cars following us that night.
Okay.
She said, you know what? Listen to what you're saying. It sounds like you being gang stalked. I'm like, bitch, what's a gang stalk? I didn't understand what it was, so I wasn't trying to understand it.
Damn it.
So it's like, I'm thinking in my head, gang stalking. Gang, which is a gang of people, stalking. Okay, that means they stalking you. Harassment, following you around, doing whatever they can do, whatever, shit, like a crazy boyfriend or baby mama or whatever and shit. I said, okay. Kind of makes sense, but I still don't know what it is. I ain't even care to look it up. But then that next day, I seen the same van 6 times that day, And all over the windows, it says, "Stop gang stalking me," written over all the windows with, that the white stuff they write on the windows with.
Right, shoe polish.
Yeah, so it's a black lady riding around in the van with all that shit wrote on. So it blew my mind.
It's the day after your homegirl brought it up.
I'm just like, damn, she just, I'm like, what? So I'm just like, okay, that made me want to look into it. So I looked it up, I was like, gang stalking. I Googled it, and it described everything I was going through. So I was like, damn, but I still didn't understand. Why me? Why would I be gang stalked? I was like, who did I piss off that would make some people want to gang stalk me? Then I was like, man. So that caused me to go down the rabbit hole. Okay. Because, when you look up gang stalking, I realized now that they call it these things because they want you to go down the rabbit hole. It's like they don't want you to know what they're doing or why.
All right, now tell me, who was they?
Them.
Okay.
I ain't gonna speak on their name because I just want these people to leave me alone. It's like I ain't trying to expose them or nothing like that.
Now this sounds like Illuminati talk.
Yeah, but the Illuminati is real. Okay. I'm not gonna say the term that they use to describe them is real, but that entity, I'm gonna use that term. Those entities are real. It's like it's more than just celebrities out here doing whatever they're doing. It's like, man, this is the world we're talking about. So I'm just saying, so it's like they would call it gang stalking, but really it's a form of intelligence.
Okay.
So what I mean by intelligence is like, they do things to manipulate your mind to get you to either tell on yourself, tell on somebody, or tell something that they need to know. And with me being the type of individual that was in the entertainment world, I knew a wide variety of different types of people that walked all different walks of life. So I could see why, at that moment, why they would want to, in hopes that I probably know some shit. Which made me start thinking, what the fuck do I know? So it made me start thinking even more. So
see, my thinking is when I hear stuff like this from you, and I ask those same questions, well, what do you know? What are you involved in?
I do know this. It ain't what I'm involved in. I'm black.
Right.
We guilty by association.
Okay.
I'm black. Living in the hood is a felony. Off top, I'm black. I might not make it to 21. Why? Why do we as black people say things like that? Because it's things or entities in this world that don't want to see us win, like DJ Khaled said.
Word.
So it made me start, like I said, looking up stuff. So I looked up, I was in the store one day, it was Veterans Day. Dude was in there, the dude behind the counter was like, oh man, thanks for serving, talking to somebody behind me. He said, so what was you in? He said, MK Ultra. I'm thinking in my head, I done heard that in a motherfucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
I said, MK Ultra? Nah.
Not that MK Ultra?
I don't want to believe it, but hearing that made me want to look it up. Because when you hear it in a movie, you don't pay no attention to it. You just like, MK Ultra, mind control, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Look it up, and it's like, nigga, that's some real shit. So I'm gonna hit y'all with some fancies real quick. And what I mean by fancies is some some facts.
Okay.
So y'all need to check out Operation Midnight Climax. It's where, prostitutes will lure Johns to safe houses and give them drugs unknowingly. They didn't know that they was being, hit with LSD and shit like that. They didn't know that there was some intelligence people sitting somewhere behind the mirrors.
They was pulling the Cardi B?
I don't know, you said that I didn't.
Cardi B said she used to, when she was tricking, she used to take her Johns back to the room and dope them up, rob them and shit.
Hey, like I said, you said that, and you said that she said this, so
Yeah, she said it first.
Right, so, but look it up, Operation Midnight Climax, the CIAs or whoever these people they would hide behind glass, mirror or They would be somewhere where you didn't know they was off in there, and they would be watching you do what you doing. And then the prostitutes would say certain things to, try to get you to spill the beans. Pillow talk, basically.
I think that's kind of a scene in 007. You get the lady to pull your enemy into a room and get some information out of them.
But they was doing thousands of Americans like that unknowingly. They didn't know that they was being
true.
They didn't know they was being, tricked in some type of way. Not only that, Martin Luther King Jr. was being targeted. He was a targeted individual. They would send him letters and tell him to kill himself. They targeted the Black Panther Party. Y'all seen the movie, which was a fact. The Black Panthers didn't want them selling crack in their neighborhood. They said, y'all can sell that, but just don't sell it in our hood.
Yeah.
Y'all take that shit over somewhere else. And what they do.
Now that's real. That's real. I mean, we have footage. There's audio, video.
And so like I said, so it's like when it's people out there that's for the good of humanity and the community, especially our community, because we ain't got nobody.
But see, that's not a conspiracy. That's real factual literature and things that back those things up.
But it's 2022 and they still gonna call that a conspiracy, even though they have evidence and facts that that's what it was.
Now that's for them. We can find all the evidence and facts behind that. Now that's for Black Panther Party. That's for Martin Luther King Jr. Now for Super Cool, I don't know if they digging that deep, Soup.
Wow, I'm the voice that spoke. When I speak, people listen.
That's true.
When I was on the radio all the time, I used to tell them people, man, it's like, hey, man, we need more Martin Luther Kings, bro. We need more Malcolm X's. We need more people that's willing to stand up and speak.
So they're keeping an extra eye on you because you trying to at least lead our people down the correct path, or at least telling their secrets.
Now, they fucking with me because while I was homeless, I realized that there's people out there that help the homeless, but not in a great way. When I was homeless, they didn't know I was Super King Cooler.
Okay.
I'm out here sleep on the streets or whatever and shit. For
now, give me some time frame on that. When was that?
2020. Like I said, this was, after the whole security and all that. I lost my motherfucking mind.
Now, Sue, we're talking homelessness, sleeping in the car, sleeping outside. We talking that level?
Man, I needed to know what was going on. It was that serious, where it's like, I need to know what's going on. Like this.
So you took a sabbatical from the family and everything.
I need to make, if something is happening to me and it's only happening to me, I don't want to take it home with me. I need to make sure, if it's just happening to me, I'm going to do this over here and, I need to make sure my family's safe.
Now, I remember asking you about rumors and things in that first interview we had. Now, I guess I'll get back to that. Now, we all, we do our recreational drugs and we have our fun. We do our drinking, things like that. We sure there was no extra
and I'm gonna tell you this right here.
Anything like that involved.
Some people do those things for extracurricular activities. They had a long week or whatever and shit. And some people do those drugs to, help with the fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you feel like you might die in your sleep or whatever and shit, you need to stay up. You need to be woke and alert. I'm just being for real.
And there were times you felt like that.
I mean, and not only that, it's just like I just felt weird because I know 100%. I'm 100% sure I was going through something. But the sad part about it was when I tell my peoples that say they love me, and they look at me and say I might be bipolar, schizophrenic, or they give me every reason but the right reason why I'm tripping. That shit was depressing. I was in disbelief. That made me want to prove it that much more. So I had to dig. So when you're trying to prove it that much more, you got to do some shit you don't want to do.
And that's when the homelessness kicked in.
I was going to do whatever the fuck I needed to do.
You said, let me step away from my family.
I step away from whatever the fuck I need to
protect them.
For the ladies in the back who ain't know my motherfucking name. I ain't no motherfucking bitch, man. Shit, so it's like you fucking with so you gonna go out your way to fuck with me.
So see, Now, this first go round, I think now I knew that, but we didn't get into you actually being homeless like that.
Man, I was homeless, man. I was at I had to sleep at the night shelter. The night shelter, they did nothing wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? But the last time I was there, going through what I was going through, like I said, I'm doing research and finding out shit that I wasn't supposed to find out. The things I was going through, people normally kill themselves, die, or something. Normally they don't make it through. Because these are psychological things. A lot of people, they can't handle the mind. And it's like, I was making it through it. And it's like, not only that, I was thinking my way through it where I'm just like, I want to see more. This don't make no sense, but I'm finna make sense of it because something is going on and I can see it, I just don't understand what it is
Or why.
Right, or why. So I'm just like, dang, so I'm down here with the homeless people and I'm seeing it's like, they not helping the homeless not be homeless, they helping them maintain homelessness. But why? They get all these millions of dollars to help the homeless when really they just help themselves and they just get them with, 3 little janky ass meals for the day and let them hang out in tents in front of their buildings.
Well, I'm not an economic major, but I did have economics in high school, and I do know the economy works better. Like, it sounds good. Everybody have a job. Everybody have a house. That's not real life. There needs to be some unemployment. There needs to be some homelessness so we can release the bubble. You always hear the bubble's going to burst. Right. You got to release that bubble every now and then. Right. You can't just make money and stack it. You got to have an alleyway. You got to have a conduit to let some of that money out so you can have room to let some more money come back in. And I think with homelessness and unemployment, things like that, that's just an economic standpoint to why there needs to be some for a proper running society. Same thing like with doctors and hospitals and why you can't just give us the cure for all the stuff that's going on. They don't want to give you the cure. They want you to come back and get this little medicine. Pay this little $100 for this prescription.
I'm gonna say what you haven't said. I'm gonna say it this time. Mind control. It ain't about money. They want to control the masses. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And that's what it is, a form of control. It's like, And the only way to control is somebody got to be the controller.
Yeah.
Which means somebody got to be at the top, somebody got to be at the bottom. It's like somebody got to get fucked and somebody going to do the fucking.
Now, that's true. Somebody is a pimp and is a hoe in every situation.
Man, fuck that. While doing security, man, I watched 2 homeless men try to kill each other over a tent spot, and I counted at least 200 cars drove by them with people in the cars or just one person in the car. I even seen 3 police officers drive by and not one motherfucker stopped, man.
Soup, that's just life, man.
That ain't just life.
That is.
That ain't just life.
I got shit to do. I ain't got time to be stopping up no bum fight, man.
No, that's not life.
I have no time to stop up a bum fight.
Man, fuck this.
Do you?
I stopped.
I don't have time for that.
And they told me I was only supposed to be worried about the parking lot and everything that was on the property. Anything past the gun line, boss, ain't your problem. But I see, I think the dude got stabbed in the chest.
Now this is when?
While I'm going through, like I was homeless doing security, like I said, I was homeless for a minute. So, I'm seeing this and, that really blew my mind where it's like, damn, so these people over fighting over a tent spot, nobody's stopping, and this is the way the street was. On this side of the street is tents.
Uh-huh.
Tents and homelessness, drugs, and just fuckery. But on this side of the street, literally, right on the street, is, 6-figure apartment buildings and shit. And, you see...
So where's the governor's house?
Luxury cars.
Where's the governor's house?
No, you see Rolls Royce Phantoms going down the street, and it's so, that made me think even more. So like I said,
I don't know. I'm gonna say this, Soup. I think, like you said, that those years, 2019, 2020, 2021, those were eye-opening years for a lot of people. And with all the time and all the documentaries and all the fuckery we saw from our so-called leadership in this country, I think that really just opened a lot of people's eyes, and it just brought people to a realization.
Man, fuck that.
And ask that super question of how the fuck can we be at this point?
No.
This is where we at, man.
You would never figure out how you at that point when you just keep opening your eyes. Okay, yeah, it opened up their eyes, but then what? We've been seeing this shit forever.
For years.
When the fuck do we open up our mind?
It's a good
Our eyes
question,
can be,
man.
you can see shit all motherfucking day. It's some families right now know that your motherfucking uncle been, touching on your little cousin them for years. Ain't nobody said shit. Your eyes was open, but your mind wouldn't. Your heart wasn't open.
All you think of is the hurt, the pain, the confusion we bring on the family.
We just like to watch it.
Well,
I'm gonna say they like to watch it because it's even like now. Okay, they do all this marching and protesting and shit for, to get somebody out of jail when it's like they was going through something before they got locked up and was finna face the death penalty. Why we gotta keep waiting for somebody to be finna fucking die or is already dead to want to stand up and fucking say something? It's like, man, we know what we need to do. We need to, like I said, open our mind, open our heart, and make change, not in a violent way. And it's like, things can be better. It's like, you see what they did. They done rushed the Capitol. And I'm just like, that was a mind opener. Where it's like, okay, look, because of the color of their skin, they had the, complexion for the protection. Right. They was able to make it all the way into the offices.
And sometimes it's just that simple, Soup. I think you don't want to understand how fucked up this country can be sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. I know how fucked up it is, but we just keep opening our eyes and just watch. Yeah, it's fucked up, but we just gonna look. I need my job. I ain't saying shit. Until they fuck with my son, I ain't saying a motherfucking thing. I'm like, why is it good cops don't expose bad cops? But then, they'll say all blue lives matter, when it's like, yeah, that's true. But it's like, dude been over doing what he doing.
Soup, I think you just got to that point to where,
man, people pick and choose who the fuck they want to tell on or this, that, and the other. Yeah. It's like, motherfucker try to expose me all day, motherfucking every day, or any motherfucking day. And I stand tall through a motherfucking all. And that's what it is. Some people can't, that's why some things are still a conspiracy theory and not real life or facts. See, that's what's wrong with us, man. It's like me going through what I went through helped me see what's wrong with America. And what's wrong with America is we just, everybody just sitting with their eyes open, but ain't nobody got their mind open or their heart.
Let me ask you this. Were you, and I've heard you say this before, when you were the hottest man in the city and things were going right at the station, I don't know how much you felt like this. That 19, 20, 21, those tough times, and like you just said, just opened your eyes up to it, but did it now put your brain into a different spot and your mind frame into a different spot because of, now I'm not on the radio, I'm not getting that love, folks is hating on me still, and it's getting weird out here. I think your mind came just even that more susceptible to thinking that it's something ain't right when, something ain't been right in this motherfucking world for a long time.
I know, but like I said,
long time.
But when do we open our hearts and do something about it?
The toothpaste is out the tube. Here's my opinion. You know how hard it is to put toothpaste back in the tube? It's difficult. It's impossible.
That's why you don't use toothpaste. It got fluoride in it.
Whatever. Whatever you use. But the shit is out the bag. So the rich make the decisions. Minorities get treated like shit. And that's the way it goes in this country.
That ain't the way it goes.
The toothpaste is out the tube.
That's because we keep allowing.
What, you gonna reverse that?
You don't reverse, but it's another way to brush your teeth. Real talk.
Remind me.
I'm just saying, there's other ways. Google it.
I mean, Puffy's trying, Jay-Z's trying, LeBron's trying. Those are the other ways, right? Athletics and entertainment. Those are our ways.
Now that's what they want
to make some kind of influence.
No, that's what they got us brainwashed here. This is like, why is that's the only thing we can do is entertain?
Well, get into politics all you want to. See how tough that race is.
It ain't getting to politics. We need to get into the streets.
Whatever. We're all in the streets, Soup.
Because I'm just like, it's,
streets don't get no respect.
Because the streets don't respect itself.
There you go. Ain't no rules in the streets. So it should be no rules in the street, but it should be law and order. Should be. It sounds nice.
We should have street laws and order and follow through with it.
Sounds great, man. Sounds great. Tell these little young 12-year-olds. They don't give a fuck.
I'm not disagreeing with you because at the end of the day, they got us so what's the word I'm looking for?
Sold up.
Or against each other. It's like, we divided. We divided so many times.
The gap is so big.
The people of color are divided in so many motherfucking ways.
True.
When they just Caucasian. But people of color are Latino of this, African American, bilingual,
Asian.
So many different
everything.
damn things when they're just Caucasian. Let me say this real quick. I don't fear color and I don't hate color because we're all people of the world regardless of what color we are. So at the end of the day, we all family.
I was wondering, are we going on a racial tilt right here or what?
Nah, man, I'm far from racist, man. Like I said, I done been on a whole different, I've been on a lot of levels of life. I've met a lot of people on all different types of levels. I've just met a wide variety of people, man. And it's like, people aren't bad people, but it's just when people go bad.
People aren't bad people, but it's when people go bad.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay.
It's like, you're not bad just off naturality. It's just when you go bad, you choose that route. See, it's like, me being homeless and this, that, and the other, it's like, I was homeless at the moment, but I'm not a homeless, I'm not a streetwalker, not a streetwalker, but, a car pusher, nothing like that. I was homeless and I was a lot of things.
Now tell me, you say homeless, we're talking homeless, like sleeping outside.
No, I wouldn't. That's what people like you call it.
Okay.
Y'all call it homelessness. Me, I was on a spiritual journey. Kanye said, follow God. He also said, Jesus walks.
Okay.
So when I became homeless, that first night, not having a car, walking to downtown area, after walking alone, I'm talking about, I think I walked all the way from the southeast side, all the way downtown, so I had me somewhere to sleep that night. This is my first night homeless, but I was ready for it. I walked all that whole way.
Was that a decision? You just said, fuck it, I ain't going home. Did you and the old lady have a fight? And you said, fuck it, I'm just staying out. How'd you get to that decision?
I was scared.
To go back home?
No, I was scared of what was going on. I was scared of the storm ahead of me. Because like I said, I'm going through something that I don't understand. I think people follow me. I think this, I think that. And at the end of the day, it was something that my mind couldn't handle. If I'm scared, and not only was I scared, I was scared of myself because I'm not knowing why. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is how far I was thinking. Did I pass out or something? Did I glitch out, did something, and then I came back and, whatever, and now it's the people. I'm just like...
Am I in a new dimension?
I didn't know what was going on, but it was really happening. It's like, I didn't see no imaginary people. I didn't talk to voices. It's like, what I was going through was something real, but I couldn't explain it at the time. So when I tried to tell somebody what's going on for seeking help, they didn't understand what I'm saying because I don't even understand what I'm going through, and they keep asking why, and I'm trying to explain why and what is going on, which has caused me a mental problem.
Now, how was it like you're dreaming in your sleep and stuff like that?
I know I'm not. It's like when you pinch, it's like, man.
Were you, were you sleeping at the time?
Yes.
You were sleeping?
During the day?
Okay, during the day, up all night.
Man, you gotta look at it like this.
Third shift.
When the sun is up, the earth is active.
Okay.
When it get dark outside, you out there in these streets, ain't no night-night. Ain't no night-night, because at night, that's when the evils is out there.
And what would Soup be doing out at from 9 to 2 in the morning? What would your day consist of?
I mean, shit, when you homeless and going through something, it's a lot of thinking and just, you really just out of it because you do not understand. I don't understand why while I was out there, it's like, I'm going through something. I don't even understand what it is. I can't tell nobody.
Were you still having those feelings? Did you still feel like people were following you and all that?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. They follow me when it's like, no, it's something different. Like, it's following, but it ain't following, because you think following, so it's either somebody a bad guy or it's the police. It's like, I done sat places and went to the police department and asked me if they looking for me because I'm here. It's like, you ain't got to follow me around all day and wonder. I'm like, this is me. This is my name, run my name. It's like, and they looking at me like, you know.
You go to the police station and volunteer your information.
I'm just like, it's me. If y'all look for me, here I am. Like, I'm ready to surrender.
Really? Huh. I've never heard that before.
That's how real life was for me. Where it's like, I'm not honest. Like, this is real. The police ain't looking for me, and I can't tell the people that I say love me because the first thing they say is bipolar schizophrenic, and he's not. They trying to convince me that I wasn't seeing what I know damn well I was seeing, and that would give you a mental problem by itself. Like, think of the little girl that's being touched on, and she tell her mama, and her mom keep telling her. Matter of fact, her mama whoop her ass for even telling her the shit.
Right.
So she then had to live through that fucking hurt and misery 10 fucking years.
Yeah, I feel you.
After she's a fucking maniac. Because she not understanding that. So I had to go through something by myself. Couldn't even speak of it out loud because it make you feel, people judge you. Like I said, people open their eyes and not their mind or their heart. Because if you call me and say, hey man, some people follow me or I'm going through something, we finna sit down and I'm gonna try my best to help you understand what it is so you can help me understand what it is and what it is you want me to help you do. But I'm here. What's up? What's happening? But we're gonna figure this out tonight. Tonight.
Other than was that the only thing you were dealing with? Feeling like people were following you? That's
what I kept saying, but like I said, me doing my research and looking into it, the way they word things that they do, it comes across, it's legal because of the terms they use. They doing a lot of things out here for research reasons and political reasons, and I ain't got to put a word on the reason. They're just doing it for a lot of different reasons or whatever. And it's like, it's things that go on right in front of you on a daily basis that is programmed for you. You didn't just look over there and see it. It's like things are designed for you to see things or see life the way you see it. It's
It kind of reminds me of the gang stalking stuff you were talking about. And have you gone through that? And do you have an example of the gang stalking? Because I remember the example that I saw that a lady was given was, say she be walking down the street, minding her own business, going to the store or something like that. Maybe at a crosswalk looking across the street. And then all of a sudden, a swarm of, let's say, like the video that you had me watch, she said a swarm of, looked like couples holding hands, just came out of nowhere and just swarmed her area and didn't want her to go into a certain store or didn't want her to go down a certain street. So they kind of just rudely just swarmed her area and bumped into her but they were all holding hands like they were couples. And it looked like a production, like a play.
And see, and when you listen to it like that, like say you telling me that the way you just explained it,
that's wild, man.
Most normal people be like, that's some crazy shit, man. Like, shut the fuck up. That ain't, man. Like, you overthinking, man. Like,
but that's an example of gang stalking, right?
No, that's what you call street theater.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
But you need to do a little street theater to initiate your gang stalking.
Nah, this street theater going in front of you every day. Actors. It's some people that's in your life. Hold on. There's some. I gotta fire that up because now you're getting down to the good part.
Okay.
So, street theater is a term used for those type of activities. It's like I say, everything, not everything, but it's a lot of things that go on around you that is a whole skit. You don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's street theater.
I've heard of street theater. I've heard of crisis actors.
You know,
I've heard,
you said that I didn't.
I've heard those terms.
I ain't say that, but hey, that part. So,
are you scared to use those terms too?
Hey, I'm like DJ Khaled. They don't want to see you win. They don't want you to have a bigger house than Oprah.
There you go.
I'm just being for real.
So therefore, I can't even say the term, or you can't.
I can say it. I don't give. I don't care. But it's like I'm not gonna give them that energy. You know, when you speak words, you look at people and things like that. That's a vibe. That's energy. I got a whole lot of positive energy over here because it's been some powers that be against me and put shit in my path. And like I said, normally people fail from that shit. I kept pushing. I used to always say when I was little, if I was able to be the best football player, I want to be the nigga that can run through a stockade fence. And I'm talking about, while y'all jumping the fence, I want to run through that motherfucker.
It's some nigga that can run through a stockade fence.
I want to be able to hit about 6 of them before I say my head hurt, boss.
I think the term you want to use is brick wall.
No, the brick wall, because you know damn well you ain't pushing through that. But that fence, I can bust through that.
Nah, you can find some niggas run through it. You can run through a fence.
Because the brick wall.
Old Soup can run through that fence.
But I'm saying mentally,
I don't know about this new light skinny Soup.
This nigga right here.
Old Soup can run through it.
Like I said, because when you homeless, you can't be out of shape, out of date, and homeless.
Man,
you done got killed over a tent spot. Nigga, please. So you just trying to sleep tonight and you done got tricked off because you ain't got no wind.
So keep it real with me. Was that really a big calculus in the weight loss? Homeless.
I mean,
a lot of walking.
Now we talking. See,
you got big ass calves and shit.
It's like fuck the gang stalking shit. I like my gang stalking activities that they done pushed upon me. You know what I'm saying? They was my motherfucking buddies. You know what I'm saying? Because check this out right here. I look at it like this. They showed me that my mind is a terrible drug to waste.
Terrible drug?
Yeah, you should be so addicted to your motherfucking brain and mentality, education, just filling it up with good shit. It should be fucking addictive. Like you should overdose on motherfucking creativity, positivity. It's like a whole lot of activity, shit. It's like,
I get that.
a whole lot of activity. It's like shit. I like thinking. It's like I like trying to figure shit out. I like Tesla and Einstein and the inventors and shit. Like, we should be so addicted to that, and it's beautiful. I ain't know I can. I've always knew that I can. I've did a lot of things. I've had a lot of hustles. I've had I've done jobs that you'd be like, I can airbrush T-shirts, but I ain't an artist. Right. I can't even draw. I was on the radio for 10 years. I ain't go to broadcasting school. I did TV. I got the host of a drag racing, with a legendary, bike builder.
Right.
I've done a lot of things that there's people that went to college for 4 to 10 years ain't did.
And I think post radio.
I fucking love life, man.
I think post radio, your mind, your creativity, your soul didn't have that outlet anymore. And I think that, like you said, opened your mind up to pay attention to other things. And this is kind of where we're at. Now, I don't want to say it drove you and use the C word. That's disrespectful.
No, I don't want to say that. But I will say this.
But I think it opened you up to some things, and you took it in a certain way.
This how I look at it right here. I look at it even on a whole nother level on this right here. Shout out to my boy. It's another plateau. So when you reach another levels, you know what I'm saying? You don't, think about how many times you play Mario Brothers. Think of how many times you had to go through level 1 before you was able to get to level 2.
All right.
How many times did you have to damn near die and just be done with yourself?
Yeah.
Like, how many times did you start over before you made it to level 2? And it don't matter if you did it for a whole 6 months. When you got to level 2, you was excited than a motherfucker. But guess what? That just means you on a whole nother level and you're going to die that many more times to get through this motherfucking. So it's like shit. It's been a lot of times in life I done died inside, but it's like shit. That was the mind. And like I said, when you get addicted to thinking and loving life, it's like shit. I don't look at anything as something bad. It's like shit. It's a spiritual journey. It's a journey of life.
You evolved, man. You evolved.
I grew. It's like,
you evolved and grew into something else. And
just like my boy SB said, you got to push.
I'm looking at things through a different lens.
No, I ain't even looking through a different lens. The way I see life now, I was blind before.
Okay.
And that's blinded by what we pick and choose to see out of life. If you only want to care about yourself and what's going on in your four walls and, I got my job, I do this, and, I got to do this, that, and that. It's like, then, yeah, you's a bitch-ass nigga and shit. But if I ain't going to say you all that. You just whatever you are. You're still a creature of peoples, and that's just you. But we should also be like on some, like this is the world, this is our world, we here. If he made us in the image of him, then who are we? Why should we just be on some entertainment or this, that, and it's like, man, let's.
You know what? You need to go study up on the 5%er.
I studied up on this right here, man. See, a lot of people
on the 5% of faith, man.
A lot of people think that because that level was over with, and now they reached another plateau, it's like, okay, I was limited to the people I was talking to mentally. Now realizing how many people I was really talking to on the overall doing that, which gave me the courage. See, that was like training. That was, the level you're on now is always training for the next level. So everything that you go through on this level is gonna be easy selling on the next. It's like Ultimate Gladiator. They had all them different levels. But when you get to that last level on Ultimate Gladiator, you got that big buff ass nigga in the back with the damn tennis ball gun shooting at you, and these other buff ass men and women up there fucking with you. And that's the hardest level on there and shit. But you run through it in 20 seconds because all them other 6 was a motherfucker.
Think your time on radio was a tester and you learned some shit?
Man, who else do you know? Where else can you go get a class on pulling up in front of a business, marketing that business with the public walking up a ride, or listening on the radio or just walking up or whatever. Just like you're interacting with strangers you don't know.
And selling yourself all the same time.
Selling yourself and this company that you just met them today,
I think one thing, Sue, one thing I think I'm seeing right now, I think you were proud of yourself for being able to pull that off, and you should be. And it was fun. It was fun, and you learned. I learned. I was there with you. We learned.
Not only did I learn, I taught. It's a lot of great interns came through there. Normally time the intern just, they sit there and do what they do. I actually taught, because I learned
Try
from
to spill some game to them.
Whatever you say.
You got to, man. It's like, they say the game is to be sold, not told, but man, you can give them something. You can give them something to run with. Shit, you ain't got to sell them everything. You got to give them a sample of life before you sell it to them. Shit.
You wasn't a worker that was saying, hey, this motherfucker ain't shit. Don't even worry about it.
I didn't work there for the pay. I didn't work there for the stay. I worked there because, I used to get fan mail from people locked up. And, they would write me some, like,
I know the first time that happened to me, that's pretty cool.
Man, I didn't. When you find out that you are the eyes to somebody who can't see because they incarcerated.
Tell me this then. I remember you told me this, that you got caught up. You got caught up in the game. That that slogan that we all use. What did you mean by that? How did you get caught up in it?
I got caught up in fake ass love, man. It ain't even fake love. It's just what people are programmed to do, which used to be mine. But it used to scare me that they might not even know who I am, but they heard that voice that they tied to the name when they would see me in person or something, and would act a certain way. when sometimes I would see people that I've been knowing forever and they never even talked to nigga, but now it's like you want to tell everybody how you know me, this, that, and the other. We went to school together. When it's like, man, y'all ain't even fuck with me, man.
The switch up scared you a little bit?
The switch up, or, you know, you see how, you know, I remember, I never forget, I was in front of a club, after the club. So, you know, if you from the O, you probably already know what I'm saying without even saying it. So, you know, we out in front of the spot, you know, getting fish. I get my fish basket and sit outside and, you know, watch the traffic, you know. Because like I said, you know, I like talking to the people. So, but to see some chicks standing out there, you know, asking somebody why they talking to me, you know, they talk about my outfit and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, you know, well, I DJ. So the people only see waist up. Why my outfit need to look a certain way. So I know my shirt, waist up don't match from waist down. I got on flip-flops, some basketball shorts and shit. It's like, they only see waist up. I need to be comfortable. You know, I'm here to make y'all dance, not look good. So, you know, then dude was like, you don't know who that is? They was like, nah, who is he? That's super cool. They was like, shut up, you know. Whole vibe changed or whatever. You know, now they try to tell me how I should be dressed when I'm just like, I mean, that look like nothing to you, but it's like, these some J's, right? Here's some Spizz Ikes, you know what I'm saying? You know, got Spike Lee on the side of them and shit. So they special or whatever and shit. Like my apartment had just flooded. So, you know, I lost everything. I ain't had nothing but these Aku, I had these Aku army print shorts on, you know what I'm saying? You know, hit them again, you know, with a nice $20 t-shirt, you know. So I'm just like, you know.
So I think it was that back and forth between fake love and real life.
You're like, you have to look a certain way.
And I got to put on for y'all.
That's a mental problem in its own.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's like you got to be all this, that, and the other, trying to either get the approval of somebody, be like somebody, or something like somebody instead of yourself. Or, you know, it's like it's something you need from them, some type of attention or love or something creepy. And then it's like some of these people, you know, don't have shit, but you might think they do. And they work 40 hours a week just to go to the club on the weekend and get drunk and probably hope to make it live to Monday because they doing the things that they do. It's like,
and then you see that side of life from people when you're a club DJ at night. Like you say, like, man, I see these same motherfuckers in here every week. You know,
man, it ain't even just
in fronting.
It ain't even that because
damn well they ain't got nothing.
I love being a puppet master. That's how I used to call it, the puppet master. It's like I didn't just, you know, play songs. It's like it was a whole science with me. You know, I like to play songs. When I see people getting a little too aggressive, I change the music. And if I feel like they finna fight, I was, you know, use the spotlight to flick the lights on a group of people, and then the girls do to go over there and dance with them, you know, to kind of get their mind off fighting or whatever and shit. Like, you know, go over there and dance, you know, split all that up, you know. It was a science behind what I did, and I took pride in that. So I didn't see the people. I seen the vibe, but the problem was when you be somewhere, you know, everything positive, and the next you know it's chaos. Somebody shooting or something. It's like, man, I'd have been in DJing in clubs where somebody might be up in there shooting.
Yeah.
Where it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Man, like.
See, I think what it looks like, Soup, I think you take things
a different way. I'm going to say it before you say it.
Yeah.
I look at things in a different view.
You take things like almost personal.
It should be personal because it's like, what they say in the song, this land is your land, this land is mine. So it's like, shit, we got songs that say this shit, that nigga take it serious. And if I can't take it serious and stand on it the same way somebody else stand on this shit, then what is we even doing it for?
I mean, I get you. And that's a noble way of seeing this shit. Very noble. But in order for movements to get started, you need armies, man. And one
no,
man,
you just fucking move, man.
Well, you need a group of people that think like you. So
what Kanye said, Jesus was God showed me his time because the devil trying to break me down. It's like as long as we keep waiting on fire, as long as we keep waiting on fire. No, Jesus walked and the people came.
He needed his 12, man. You need your crew with you. You know, you need some people that.
But you can't force it. You just
like-minded folks. No,
you just walk, and they'll start walking with you. It's like I ain't waiting on nobody to follow me. I need some people to walk with me.
There you go.
And that's what I, realized going through what I'm going through. Not going through what I'm going through what I went through, which was a storm. You know,
Word.
I went through a storm. You know, like I said, I was on a spiritual path, and it's like it ain't gonna be sunny every motherfucking day. It ain't gonna be sunny and 70 degrees. You know, partly cloudy, partly cloudy in the Metroplex. Yeah, you know, shit. We got a little partly. You know, no. It's gonna thunder. It's gonna lions, tigers, bears. Oh my! It's sometime, you know, if not all the time.
And I see. I think, and when it storms and when the lions and tigers show up, you flip that picture or fold that into some origami.
Well, because for a reason,
unfold it and be like, because this is what that is.
Because it feels good. It's like, man,
But really, it's just the shitty way of America, man. That's just what we in.
Yeah, but when you learn to bust through some of those levels of mentality, because that's how it is. It's levels of mentality. You know, and the only way to break through that level of mentality, you got to think. You got to use your fucking brain. You got to learn some shit to get to another level of brain activity. You know.
And I ain't saying what you learned is old, but I think what you've learned is. I think, like I say, time away from the radio.
No, I learned all type of shit. Like,
I think it really, and this downtime in that orange motherfucking office, it let you know how ill this motherfucking country can really be, man.
And, you know, I ain't even got nothing against Trump or nothing like that. I'm going to say this right here. You know, they only got him out of office because he wasn't scared to speak on shit that everybody else would be scared to speak of. I like Trump because he didn't give a fuck. He said, I'm orange. I got a wife from a whole other country. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. The stuff that he spoke on was too mind-blowing, though, man.
It didn't have to be mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing that he was after Trump was motherfucking president. It was mind-blowing
that he got there.
Like, he was a businessman with, like, shit. Obama did it. So it's like, if they doing this, why is we just stuck on being entertainers?
Now
it's like, I'm like, if I talk, they listen, which makes me speak to the people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me educate them on something.
Or I can be goddamn president. And that's the same thing he said. He said, you know what? Why am I wasting time with these goddamn game shows and shit? He said, let me talk this crazy shit.
'Cause I done did that.
Yeah, let me talk this wild shit.
Let's do this.
And get these.
Kanye even had his name on a ballot or something. It's like, I'm just like, you know.
That nigga crazy too. But you gotta be a little loony. You gotta be a little crazy to make it happen.
No, it ain't that.
A little bit.
See, people use that term crazy. It ain't crazy. It's like they've been through something. They've been through something that's unthinkable, but they thought their way through it. Because everything is a thought. You know, it's like your mind is going to determine on the outcome of what you're going through. And that's anything, because it's like...
Or your mind is going to receive it its own way.
Yeah, your mind is going to receive it how you train it to receive things.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, if you're not feeding your brain some good shit or whatever, it's like reading some good shit, you know, you got to do your research on life.
That's a great way to think about it. Now, when you come back and back two guys like Ye and Trump, now I'm looking like, I don't know what kind of thinking them dudes be doing too often. I've heard Kanye say he don't read. He gets his news from his friends. Like...
hold on. But listen to that. No, that says a lot. He said,
he probably got some great, rich, super duper friends.
That's what I said.
That are very informative about certain shit.
He don't have the same friends he used to have on those different levels of thought.
No, he doesn't.
He's like, he on a whole nother level of life. You can't be thinking on that level that you on with. And it ain't small-minded people, but your mind is smaller than what mine is, you know.
But therefore...
You got to learn from something.
Therefore, you got to watch what you say. The shit that these two guys say.
No, it ain't that you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you don't say. That's the problem. Ain't nobody speaking up for everything. They just want to speak up for something or this thing or that thing.
You got to watch what you say.
For fucking what?
During this interview,
I don't work for no damn...
No, I'm just saying, during this interview, you don't want to say certain things.
Because it gives them, you know, it's certain... Especially if it's some negative shit, hell, I ain't going to say your name, but I can talk about them, they, and those.
Until I want you to specify who them,
I ain't going to fuck them. Until they give me a check, and they go, I'm able to sue they motherfucking ass, whatever, and shit, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, they can raise all the havoc on me they want to. I'm one of the chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the chosen few. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like the lady said, have you ever wanted to kill yourself? I said, ma'am, I ain't gonna lie. For one, I'm black. You know, she kind of looked at me when I said, like, you know, she was ready to understand. I said, ma'am, I'm black. I'm 40. I done been through some shit in life. So you have to, you know, be careful how you ask that question.
Right.
Have you ever wanted to kill yourself? No, I wanted to die as a thought because I didn't know how I was going to get through something that I, you know, a 15-minute decision. I didn't know how I was going to get through that 15 minutes of thinking.
And we're talking about the lady of Red Rock, right?
Yeah. Because I wanted to.
She asked you that and you said no, but I wanted to die.
Because I wanted her to understand, you know, because based off how, you know, I went to jail for some, you know, and they asked me those questions. I went to the county, they asked that question. And
I've been there.
I said that, I just answered regular, like, I'm black, yeah, I want to die, you know, once or twice, you know, but I ain't do it, you know. He didn't say nothing, he just put a check mark on there. And then they put me on the suicide floor. And I'm laying up in there with a turtle suit, you know, with no mat, because I said I answered the question the wrong way without an explanation.
But see, I think, so what you're talking about is because of the, you know, socioeconomical differences that black folks got to deal with out here, right? And all the inequities. I felt like, why be here?
I felt that, but
not specifically committing suicide.
But not committing suicide. I've thought about it and even walked to a bridge to look over to ask, how in the fuck could a nigga want to jump and end it all for any of the stupid shit a nigga want to die for? It's like, nigga, life is too fucking great and beautiful. It's like, have you ever been locked up and can't see nothing but brick walls and prison gray? It's like, man, to be able to go outside, see the tree move or the tree hairs blow in the wind. You know, I ain't gonna say leaves, the tree hairs. The tree has hair. Right. You know, it releases oxygen, you know. It's like, that's beautiful. Like, the tree is the reason why we could, like, man, I don't even see the air. Like, man, but it's giving us something I can't see that's giving me life. That's magic. So it's just like, man, to be able to experience life, I'd rather die instead of experience life, man. Whatever I'm going through, I'm going to get through it. Hell, if Noah got through the flood with a boat full of animals and he ain't died, because, you know, even Young Star said, watch out for the snakes. Snakes. Man, the snakes.
From Noah to Young Star.
I'm just saying, you know, Noah on the boat, but, you know, with the snakes. You know, he had the snakes, he had the lions, you know, understand? The hyenas was on there laughing the whole fucking time. It's like, shit. He had Yogi the birds on there. They trying to get picnic bags. Like,
I always wanted specifications on what kind of animals was on that damn ark.
Man.
Always.
All of them. They said it was a male and female of each species of animal.
Couldn't have been. I refuse to believe that.
So shit, imagine the damn hyenas. It was him and his girl. They laughing and talking shit the whole way.
Insects too. Stop it.
Hey man.
Stop it.
Hey, I'm just saying. Whether it's real or fake, the story should be motivation that you can make it through anything and you really can. It's like, you know, I don't care what you're a believer in. You know, I'm gonna say, if you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus Christ. He let them people whoop his ass. Chain him to a cross.
Well, nail him, but yeah.
Nail him.
Yeah, there you
threw a chain of thorns around his head.
Right.
He made it a crown on some big crit shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. He's up there and he's just sitting up there chilling. You know, he only had his head down because of the way he was nailed up there. But I bet $100 right now that I ain't got that if his neck wasn't hurting, that motherfucker would have been high the whole damn time. I ain't bullshit. So then they threw him in a cave. They said they gonna come back and get him later, maybe or not, maybe not. And then they came back and the nigga was already gone. He went through that, and you can't get through. You missed a child support payment, so they trying to take your check. Baby mama trip, and she done went to Dallas with the kids and shit. You got court tomorrow. You ain't paid your lawyer or whatever. It's just like, you know, it's like, come on, man. It's like he got his ass beat. They whipped his ass with they said cattails. I got to whoop him with a cable cord when I was little. I know that shit hurt. Shit, mama whooped my ass. He got whooped, chained up with come on, man. And then Peter walked off. Not my dog. Not my dog, Peter. Not Peter. Them the real big timers, Jesus and Peter. I mean, it was the big timers. Cars real big. Sandals real big. It's like, come on, if they made it through what they made it through, you can't get through what you going through, man. You deserve to jump off that. I'm gonna say you deserve everything gonna come from that, because I looked over the bridge. That's a long ass jump. And if you had the mentality to do that, you's a strong-minded, dumbass nigga. So you just, hey, shit, I need to put my number out just in case any nigga that's thinking about jumping out, call me right before you leap.
1-800 super cool.
Shit, I called the suicide line, and that's probably what it was. That's probably what got activated these niggas on me. I was going through some shit. I got fired from a couple of jobs, and then I called the suicide line, and I bullshit you not. I drove from Midwest City to the east side, all the way to Spencer by Green Palaces, and back to the east side, 2 hours worth of driving, and the phone just ringing. Ain't nobody pick up. I guess, they didn't pick up. I guess they said, let's go follow this nigga because he want to die. So we finna tease him all day and see if he just go ahead and kill himself. You called us? Shit, the fuck you called us for?
So you called the suicide prevention line and they didn't pick up?
Yeah, man, okay, so to sum all the gang stalking, conspiracy theory, I being followed, no-touch torture, MK Ultra, some maybe midnight climaxes, I plead the fifth on that one. And a whole lot of other things done happened to me, and I feel like it's because I called the suicide prevention line.
And when did this happen?
Before all this shit happened.
20,
was it
19 or 20?
It was I'm gonna say it was some say probably December 2019.
Why would you call the suicide line?
Cause I thought somebody took my voice.
Come on, what does that mean?
What I mean by took my voice is I'm not on the radio no more. It's mind blowing to me, life was just different because I wasn't ready for this new plateau of life. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow. It's like when that seed busts through that concrete, because, like I said, we black, so, we don't just get layered with soil. We get soil, we get dirt, we get some concrete, we get somebody with some big ass feet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they spraying
broken glass.
And they spraying shit on a nigga trying to keep a nigga down up under that damn concrete. Like, he can get all through that other shit. He ain't gonna get to this concrete. And if he do, he's a strong nigga. So it's like, I'm the nigga that keep busting through that motherfucker. And it's like, I bust through this damn time, was able to enjoy the sun, and that shit scared me, man. And I wasn't ready for that, being in that part of entertainment was weird but fun, but this new level where I'm gonna have to speak to the world was scary. When you just talk to the people that can hear from that antenna signal, it's different. But that wasn't, that wasn't a ceiling for me. It's like that was some concrete that I busted through because I wanted to be bigger than that.
So now I gotta be Antoine, not Super Cool.
Yeah, Super Cool was, people say, how do you name yourself that? Super Cool was just a way of life. You going through something, be super cool about it, man. That's how people would describe me. Say, man, I can't say too much bad about him. Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Maybe none. But I would say that's one cool motherfucker right there. And so, that's just what it is. So
take me back to the suicide. I mean, so
I wasn't super cool, man. I'm like, I got to be Antoine.
And that was depressing?
Yeah, because I didn't know how.
You didn't know what that was.
I didn't know how to be super cool in that type of life journey. I ain't never been through nothing,
And that's what I was saying earlier. I think that way of life, that super cool way of life, was addicting, right? It was fun. It was kind of a drug for you. And then when that schedule goes down, now I'm not in the club all night. I'm not bringing in that extra money.
Not only that, now I got it, like I said, I'm on a new level of life. So it's like, I was doing some hard ass work. It's like, a lot of people just see the fun, but behind the scenes, I was the pre-show, the prep man, the van driver, the truck driver.
Right.
I did a whole lot. I did a whole lot. I mean, I did a lot. So I just realized that on that level, I did so much, and with this being a new level, I'm finna have to do 3 times what I did then, and that was scary because, like I said, I ain't never put in that type of work in life. I've been able to talk my way into shit, and now I'm on a level of life where me talking ain't gonna do it. I gotta actually learn some skills. I gotta be skilled at my next move. It gotta be a calculated step, and so
that's an honest look, man.
So it was scary for me. It's like, and I wanted to die, but I didn't really want to die. I just wanted some attention. I just wanted somebody to say, "Don't do it," And but it's like when I called my peoples, they were like, "Man, shut up, you ain't finna do like shut the fuck up," like nigga, because they know I ain't finna kill myself. But so it'd be different when I call them. So I feel like if I call the suicide prevention line, they'll actually probably give me some help. Probably pull up on the side of me and talk to me and shit, give me a cigarette or something, tell me to be all right. But they ain't even answer the phone, man. 2 whole fucking hours, man. I'm driving up and down the street in disbelief, like, man, this nigga, I want to die, and they ain't answer the phone. They on break, COVID-19 and stuff, like, man, what the fuck? So they ain't got a phone at home. We got cell phones, like, no, man, no. I did not want to hang up in disbelief.
So you wasn't in danger.
I don't know what it is. Look, I'm going to say this.
You wanted some attention and...
No, I don't know what it is, but in order for me to keep striving at being excellent, at being me, because I can only be me. I can't be nobody else.
Right.
My journey was for me. It might be a chicken she might pop out 10 eggs. Some of them going to be KFC. Some of them going to be Church's Chicken. Mm-hmm. Some of them going to be Popeye. They don't know. But while they out there together, choop, 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 they got to just make it do what it do. So.
All right.
I know I kind of went there with that, 'cause that's how I just look at it. It's like everybody on their own journey in life, man. And,
all right.
It's I guess sometimes we get so comfortable and caught up with the approvals of people or doing things so people don't judge us in a certain way. Just really.
And you didn't know where am I going to get that approval from now without the radio?
I just didn't know how I was going to do what I want. I was like, I can either, I even went back to Taco Bell drive-thru, my first love. I was like, that's what got me. Like I said, I found, I just like hearing my voice on speakers. So, but I'm just looking at it as like, man, I'm either going to just be average, I'm just going to be the average American, or I'm going to be Antoine DeJuan Roy. I'm Tammy's son. So it's like, that's how I want to be. And it's like, the way I see him, it's like, shit, I don't give a fuck what anybody think.
So we good now. So
I've been good.
Are we still thinking that you still think folks following you? I'm
gonna tell you this right here. I don't think. Only thing I'm thinking right now is that whatever's going on in life, you gotta have a positive attitude. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? It ain't keep forward. It's just keep looking straight. That means you scared. That's like when you see people, you just keep looking straight. And they just walking fast like they got peanuts in their booty or something and shit. They just walk. Oh, just keep going. It's like that means I'm just going that way. I 10 by 10. Fuck that. It's like I'm alert, looking around, and handling what I can control, what I can't control. The Creator gonna control for me, and I keep a positive mindset. And man, shit. That's the only thing that matters. If you ain't got a positive mind, you can't do shit.
Word.
And that's just what it is, man. And we got to...
That was Alexa.
Right. See, and that's how I do. It's like, like I said, when I speak, they listen. You get people that be hating.
Perfect timing, huh?
She jumped right in because it's just to let me know that, yeah, you said what you said, nigga. When we listening and we fucking hate you, but like I said, I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank them, those, and they. Nah,
man. I mean, listen. I'll say this. I'm a little bit. I think everybody. I always tell people, non-conspiracy theorists. I say everybody is a little bit, and they say, well, how's that? I say, well, so you believe everything you read and see on the news and everything you hear out of a politician's mouth?
No.
And of course they say, well, no, I don't. I say, well, there you go.
Right.
I mean, there you go. I mean, so you don't believe that, right? There's something else behind there. There's another agenda they're trying to push, right? So everybody, in a sense, understands that. If you know how this world works, you understand lies are told every day. People with the money make the rules. That's just the rule. In this household, I make the money. I'm the man. I make the rules. So that's just how it is in life everywhere. So if you understand that, you'll get it. That okay, yeah, there's some shitty people out there doing some shitty things so they can stay in control. That's just the way life is. But I think that the sooner you kind of understand that and just come to grips with that and still find your balance and your way to live in the midst of all that shit.
Nah, man, fuck balance.
You'll be all right.
Nah, because...
You better find some balance, Soup. You'll be back out there sleeping on the damn corners, man. Find some damn balance, man.
Nah, see, because you only on the corner when you just settle and give up. You know,
okay.
Like you hit that level. That's like I said. You have people that beat the game, and you have people that just play the game.
Okay.
You know, and that's how I look at it. It's like, you know, you got some people that have balance in life, and then you have superheroes. Like I said, there's a lot of niggas that know Batman was Batman at night.
Give me a superhero, a real superhero.
Batman.
That's not, I'm talking real life. I'm talking like, you know, that's not.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You talking about,
yeah, I'm talking
a
like,
real superhero.
Like a person who, you know, who really overcame and I mean, there's a bunch of them. We got a bunch of heroes out there, right?
I'm say Einstein. I'm gonna say anybody. The superheroes are somebody that just don't accept what the world give them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, superheroes is somebody that's not just sitting there with their eyes open. They got their mind open and their heart open because, you know, like I said, we can see somebody, oh, they're fucking drowning. Oh my gosh, the car is going down. Or you can be the nigga that says, nigga, fuck that. I'm finna go jump in the damn telephone booth,
all right,
change my clothes, fly out this motherfucker and go save them. Or I'm finna go be a courageous person, jump in the water and try to give them out. It's like I said, you have regular people, you got superheroes.
Now that's a better example than your example of who's going to break up these two homeless people fighting.
That was some superhero shit.
That was a better example.
Captain Planet would have broken up. Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Once again, an unreal motherfucker, Mike. But
I'm just saying.
I'm like I said. I'm
a superhero. Shit.
You broke up the bum fight?
Hell yes. I mean, y'all got to quit. Hey, man, y'all finna kill each other. So for one, both y'all black fighting over a 10 spot that only one of y'all gonna sleep in at a time. Y'all both, it's like y'all homeless. Both y'all can get up in there, man.
Where was this at? Where was this at?
This was on Penn, man, right there by the McDonald's and Taco Bell over there, man. It's crazy. You know, the ambulance people pulled up like they didn't want to help. The police pulled up like, oh, well, I'm leaving this for you guys right there. He drove off like shit. It was kind of looking at me like, man, fuck you. Like, you calling us for some homeless people?
And it was during Corona?
It was afterwards.
Hey, man, folks still didn't want to.
Man, fuck that, man. It's like at the same time, they people too. Because just thinking about it, if your ass was homeless out there fighting with another nigga over a fucking 10 spot, you want somebody to stop for your ass, so you might as well stop for them.
Hey, man,
that's why I say
I salute you for looking at it.
The only reason why it's people in this world that ain't been through nothing. You can go your whole life and ain't been through something. But you gonna go through something, that's what's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't never been through nothing. I done been through some shit. So I'm like, the shit I done went through was the worst. So it's like, it got some great shit coming. So I'm gonna leave it at that right there, man. Cause I can go all day, man, cause this is straight motivation for me, man. It's like I finally been able to, you know, you showed me something that I've been in denial about for the past few months.
Yeah? What's that?
I said, I can't do it no more. I ain't got it.
Uh-huh.
You know, I kept hearing them talk about skinny black. Oh, man, skinny black. I got some skinny black, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's how I was feeling about myself. Like, oh, man, I got to go up. Yeah, hey, skinny black coming. I'm going up there and be skinny black.
Right.
But I'm scared, you know? And so I was scared to talk again. And it's like, that's all I got. Because that's all the fuck I need, man.
Whatever you say gave you a little outlet.
Hey, whatever you say.
Let you practice.
Hey, it ain't even let me practice, man. It's like I said, man, for everybody that's listening, man, find some new shit to be addicted to. You know, right now you probably addicted to shopping, eating chocolate, doing drugs, or addicted to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be addicted to, find some new positive shit to be addicted to, man. Like some shit that's gonna help the world, help the family, help the people, help us all, man.
Positive words from King Cooler. The happy polar bear.
The happy polar bear, man. I mean, you ain't never seen a polar bear frowning up.
Nah, polar bears be having the time of their life.
Man, polar bear...
When they sliding down them icy hills and shit.
Man, they got it the hard... Out of all the bears, they got the hardest life.
Hardest?
Think about Yogi and the motherfucker. He's stealing picnic baskets, grown-ups, Jeeps, whatever come through the motherfucking woods. His big ass get to roar. Get your bitch ass over here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He can eat whatever he want. Fruits, berries, fish, shit like that. The polar bear, this nigga sitting on cold. Everything is cold. He sleep cold, sit cold, shit cold, piss cold, eat cold, fuck cold.
They like that shit, man.
Huh?
They like that shit.
Man, when you go through a lot of shit in life, you gotta learn, like I said, that's busting through the concrete, man. When you turn, like I said, man, Jesus turned water into wine. Noah built a boat and put some magical way everything, every animal, mammal, granimal on the boat and did it. The other one split the Red Sea. Come on, man. So just think about the shit you can do. You just don't know. Like I said, if he made us in the image of him, who are you?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. We are gods. That's what some think. That's super cool, folks. He's a god. He's a god. My man is godlike at least. You know what I'm saying? Super cool. I appreciate you, man.
Anytime, man. If you wake up 3 in the morning, I done broke in the back so I can, and I'm offering him a cord and shit, eating sandwiches and shit, don't even trip. You know what I'm saying?
That's just bro man from down the street.
Hey man, I'll bring 2 loaves of bread next time.
Well, let me say podcast, folks.
I don't think it's white folks. I think it's Negroes. I do not think this is white folks. It could be. It could be white folks. But I think it's Negro. I think a Negro did this.
This is the Whatever You Say podcast.
If you collect 100 red ants and 100 black ants and put them in a jar, nothing will happen. But if you shake the jar, the ants will start killing each other. The reds believe the black is the enemy, and the black believe the red is the enemy, when in reality, the one who shook the jar is the enemy. The same is true in society. Men versus women, left versus right, rich versus poor, science versus religion, gossip, rumor.
But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man, this is a free man talking.